going on in terms of our chances of snowfall for the overnight hours, what our future track computer model has for us. Beginning at 7 o'clock, and we'll go into Friday evening at 7 o'clock. The darker blue colors indicating heavier snowfall. Temperatures at 7 o'clock around 25 to 28 degrees. And that's pretty much where we're going to be at that point. At 9 o'clock, still around 25, 27 degrees. You note some of the heavier, darker colors dropping southward into North Carolina, the wind picking on up. And then it just kind of lingers for a while in eastern North Carolina. Once we get around 11 o'clock and midnight and on through about 3 in the morning. Here's where 1 in the morning. Still pockets of some heavy snow into eastern North Carolina at 3 o'clock. But then after that, it's done for. And we end up with temperatures a little bit colder than what this is depicting. I tend to think it'll be around 16 degrees well inland to around 23 degrees near the shoreline by tomorrow morning. But that's cold enough, so whatever falls on the streets, on untreated streets, let's say, will likely stay on there and really be a hard freeze coming up by tomorrow morning. Now, we are going to warm up during the day, well above freezing, so we're going to get rid of a lot of that snowfall. But again, it'll be a real difficult travel rush hour coming up tomorrow morning. Here's where we are by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Temperatures are dropping on down. Once again, we drop below freezing, but not horribly so on Friday morning. And we'll warm up even more. I'm closer to 50 degrees coming up for the day on Friday. So that's where we are. There's some forecast models. The one that we looked at, pardon me, and showed you all the snow moving on through. This has much heavier snow in eastern North Carolina through the nighttime hours. This is through tomorrow morning at 7. The snow's certainly gone by then. 1.5 inches, 2 inches into the Hampton Road cities, perhaps a little bit more. And this is really dumping a lot of snow into eastern North Carolina. I don't entirely agree with that one. We go to another forecast model, the GFS. This is going at 1.3 inches or 1.25 inches, all the way up to about 2 inches toward the Elizabeth City area. That's okay. And then this one just goes nuts. It's just had way too much snowfall into the area. This is going 3.5 up to a foot of snow. So that's going crazy with snow. We're not going to get that much at all. But here's what I tend to think is going to be happening. It's still a little bit of a fluid situation in terms of some of this snow that's right through here. It could still produce 2-3 inches of snow into some of these inland counties south of the James for Isle of Wight and Surrey and Sussex and Southampton County. We could see some pockets of heavy snow there. 1 to 2 inches generally into the Hampton Road cities with a little spot here and there with a little bit heavier snow than that. And there could be pockets of heavy snow because it's going to last a bit longer toward the Elizabeth City area, areas just north of the Albemarle Sound. So we'll want to watch out for all of this as the nighttime hours, the evening hours wear along. But once we hit about 10 o'clock, it should certainly have begun tapering off by that point across most of the Hampton Road cities. It'll be a little after midnight, in the hours after midnight before it tapers off into eastern North Carolina. But then after a cold start to the day in the teens and low 20s, we'll warm on up on Thursday to 40 and a lot warmer than that on Friday, and especially by the weekend.